Hey,
PSA, make sure you take fiber supplements. They really do work. They help so much.
hey, welcome to another episode of the Night Funk. This episode has been a month in the making.
Yeah, sure.
We've had a lot of hiccups along the way.
Yeah, my health.
We almost lost him.
From bleeding.
He almost bled out.
Of my ass. Dude, you know how much blood I lost?
How much?
I lost like what you would donate.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Dude, that fucking sucks.
I saved it in a jar for you.
There's a little poop and there's some corn in there. But yeah. So I was just like,
would you like a Mexican Bloody Mary?
there's a little bit of Mexican in it. Oh god. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about health today. And just kind of touch base and
so
trying to rally.
You want to you want to explain to everybody what was going on with you?
So I had COVID. I caught it from my wife, and my wife caught it from her mother. Hi. She doesn't watch the show. No one watches the show. But
show the BBL.
I don't have a BBL anymore.
Hey, get out of the chat.
But no, yeah, like so fucking I'm blaming the COVID because I was coughing and sneezing a storm. And you know, the week passed and I was like, okay, cool, COVID's done. But you know, you get like that feeling in your butt. You're just like you feel itchy or something.
Yeah.
You just think, you know, maybe I just didn't wipe good.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just need to fart it out. And I was a little constipated because I wasn't drinking enough water and everything and the medicine that I was taking. I was at my mom's house on, I forgot what Saturday it was, like 2 weeks ago Saturday. And it was right after I tested negative, so we went over there to go see her because I hadn't seen her in a while. And I sat down.
Why are you holding the mic like that?
What?
Like, why are you holding it so like?
Because it's comfortable.
All right, whatever. Fresa.
No, so yeah, we went to my mom to go see her and everything. And when I sat down on the couch, like when I sat down, I was like, "The fuck? There's something in the couch? What the fuck is going on?" It didn't hurt. That was the thing, and I was like, "Okay, cool." And then after a while, I started feeling little twangs of pain. I was like, "What the fuck is going on with this couch?" And then it started hurting down my leg, like it started radiating down my fucking leg,
like a sciatica pain.
Yeah, almost. I was like, "The fuck? Did I pull something walking down or something? What the hell?"
I mean, I've been there.
Yeah, and I went to the bathroom because I was like, "Oh, I gotta use the bathroom now." And I went and I was straining a little, and when I went to go wipe, there was like a fucking boulder right there.
Ugh.
And I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Ow, what the fuck is that?" It's and it was a hemorrhoid. And there's two different types of hemorrhoids, everyone. There's inner and outer. I had an outer. And, you know, spoiler alert, there was some inside now.
Don't worry, I had somebody help me push it back in.
You can apparently. No, there's levels. The doctor explained it to me.
Really?
Yeah, there's 4 levels of hemorrhoids. Level 1 is like, oh, you're a little discomfort, but it's there and it goes away in like in a day or two.
Yeah.
Level 2 is like you notice them a little more and it takes a little bit longer to go away. Level 3 is like they're fucking there, but you can push it back in.
Oh god.
So all it is like it's blood.
What
collecting.
level were you on?
I was apparently 4.
Oh,
which you
goddamn.
can't push it in.
You went double prestige.
I know, dude. Fucking, I'm in it to win it. All right. So yeah, I went to so I walked out of the bathroom and my mom, you know, she used to be she was trained to be a nurse in Mexico and everything like that. And then she got pregnant with my older brother. Thanks, bro.
Ruined her career.
Yeah, before it even started. But no, so I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm hurting, and I think I have a hemorrhoid. And she's like, was it big? And I was like, yeah. I was like, it was pretty good size. And I was like, it's about that fucking big. And she's like, no, yeah, it's a hemorrhoid. You're gonna have to go to the doctor if it gets worse. I was like, okay. And then she told me just go buy some wipes, like medicated wipes and like some creams, and we did that. And I was just doing that for a couple days. It was getting to the point where it was annoying. Like I couldn't sit down right. I was just like lying on my stomach because they said that's good for you, putting your feet up to kind of let the blood kind of like go back.
You move your legs back and forth while you read a book. You
No.
clap your feet, baby.
But no, literally, I had to be on my belly like for a little bit, just kind of like giving my ass a rest from sitting down at my desk job. And at work, I would have to get up every, couple like bits of time every hour, just kind of walk and kind of give my ass a fucking break. Anyways, on Thursday I was at work and it wasn't hurting anymore, and I was like, okay, cool, it's starting to go away. The medicated wipes and everything are working. Cool, I can get on with my life. And I went to go have Chinese to celebrate. No, I was like, you know what? I deserve a little treat. I've been dealing with this
Time
shit.
for some Kung Pao chicken.
No, I went to the buffet.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
because they have those.
Were you trying to get diarrhea?
Kind of, because I had it. No, at that point I had only pooped once, and it was like, like you feel like a lot's coming out, but when you look in the toilet, it's like fucking like not even like a finger's worth of poop. Yeah. And then the rest of it was just like liquid.
It's funny because I just had diarrhea this past couple of days,
You
dude.
always had diarrhea.
And I know, but
Yeah.
but I was having that type of diarrhea where the poop was very soft, and I was just making a horse pile as I pooped. You know what I'm talking?
Jesus.
You know about the
Yeah,
horse
yeah.
pile poops?
That means you need more roughage.
Yeah, probably. I've been
You need more
liking.
vegetables in your life.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. I mean, aren't beans vegetables?
No,
Yeah, they are.
they're legume.
Well, technically, there is the whole thing of like technically vegetables don't exist.
Yeah. We'll do that for another episode.
Yeah,
We'll have a vegetables episode.
a vegetables episode.
Fruit and vegetables.
That episode's gonna be 5 minutes
Yeah.
long.
It's just
and
us
then we're
eating.
just gonna talk about Chinese food after.
Hells
that.
yeah, because they use fruits and vegetables. Anyways, so I went to the Chinese place. I got like a plate of the salt and pepper shrimp that they make, the fried ones,
Okay.
and I was fucking slamming those things, dude, because it's pure protein. Yeah, there's a little greasy, but I stayed away from the rice, the greasiness. I ate a bunch of veggies. I made a bad decision by going to Chinese, but I try to make it a good decision by eating a little bit healthier.
It's healthy. It's deep fried, but it's still a vegetable.
But I had like the the broccoli and the green beans and all that,
that
shit.
still doesn't matter. It's still covered in grease.
It's green. So no, I had that. I didn't even have a lot actually. I had more of the shrimp just to kind of get the protein in me
Okay.
because of the diabetes. You need protein. So afterward, like I was driving to work, and after the Chinese, your stomach. I was like, oh, okay, that's gonna help. Get the rest of this shit out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So I went back to work. I sat down at my desk, and I was working for a little bit, and then I was like, I feel clammy. What the fuck is going on with me? Like I like I was like, I had
You
like,
got the sweats.
no, I had like a cold sweat, like when you're like if you're about to faint or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't feel good. What the fuck? And then like I moved in my chair, and when I moved in my chair, you know that feeling when like you've shat yourself before, right?
I haven't shat myself, but I've definitely sharded.
Yeah, that wet feeling between the cheeks.
Yeah.
I felt that, and I was like, I didn't fart. Did I fucking just like shit on myself somehow?
I mean, sometimes you let out a really strong fart and you have that instant, like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta go wipe
Yeah,
because it's
like,
that
oh,
bad.
No.
Yeah. If I did one more after this, I would have had shit in my pants.
They could smell it. No, so I was like, oh fuck. So
Isn't that feeling the worst when you're driving home from work and you're almost home, but you're like,
Yeah.
I might just shit myself in the car.
Yeah.
I just might shit myself in the car.
Yeah, that happened Sunday. Not this Sunday, but like the past Sunday.
I've gotten to that point where I can't even challenge myself to do it anymore. And once I get
have
off
to
the
stop.
exit, I have to go to a racetrack. I have to go to a QT.
And I punished that toilet.
I do. Although one time, dude, I don't know why why this happens to me, but I always have like the worst fucking like bathroom interactions whenever I have to go to a public bathroom. This one time I was coming home from work. I had a shit bad. And then I walked into the fucking bathroom, and there was like a poor old man who clearly was struggling to pass what seemed like a boulder. But he was in there. No, this is how he was pooping. He was like, and then it'll get silent, and then he would go, oh.
He needed fiber.
Like
he was hurting, dude.
Yeah. But then I also thought maybe he's passing a kidney stone or something. Maybe it's just fucking hurting him that bad.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I've been pretty fucking constipated before where it fucking hurt. But not to that level where I was in a public bathroom where I'm like, I'm announcing it to the world.
You have those silent like pain poops in the bathroom.
I almost felt obligated to go look for this man's wife. Like, bro, we gotta go get a plunger. Yeah. This man is backed up.
You need to put him out of his misery. Fucking shoot him. This poor guy's gonna blow out from the bottom. But no, yeah. So I went to the bathroom at work because I thought I shat myself, and I like sat down and I was like, all right. Well, I looked at my underwear and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a wet spot. But then I looked at my pants and I was like, why is it red? The fuck? And the back of my pants, I was like, that's blood. What the fuck?
I didn't have corn.
No, and I got toilet paper and I wiped, and you know you do the thing like you feel something's wrong, so you look, you know, and I looked at it, dude. There was like $50 size, fucking blood clots.
Oh God!
There was a bunch of them. I was like, what the fuck? And I put it down and I got more toilet paper and pulled out more. And kept going and going. Dude, I was in the bathroom for like 20 minutes wiping.
Oh,
the toilet paper, and I was doing wads of toilet paper, completely red.
Isn't that just gonna turn your asshole raw from wiping so much?
It was wet.
Oh,
yeah, because there was so much blood,
oh,
and like the toilet paper I had in my hand, and my hand was covered in blood, and I was like, I might fucking die.
I might need to buy a pad.
No, yeah, and then I finally got to a point where like the bleeding kind of like subsided. Like at one point I thought I was done, and when I got up off the toilet, I just heard like dribbles of blood falling still into the water out of me.
Oh God!
And I was like, oh shit! And I sat back down.
You didn't ever think about just trying to stuff as much as in there and just try to drive to the hospital?
No, because at one point like my pants were already fucked. Like they were already bloody, and so I like wiped myself. And I went to my manager's office, and me and my manager are now in another level of our friendship. Because I looked at her, I was like, hey, I got to go to the doctor. And she's like, oh, why? I'm like, so I have hemorrhoids, and I am currently bleeding a lot. And she just looked at me, and then she's like, give me your hands. And I'm like, okay. And she held my hands. She's like, we have made it to a new level. Please go to the doctor.
What the hell?
Yeah, because she was just messing with me. She was like, no, go.
Is your boss Steve Carell?
No, she's a goofy boss, though. So at first I was just going to go to urgent care, and then I called my wife, Hannah, and she was like, go to the ER. What are you doing? So I was like, all right.
Go to the hospital, you fucking moron.
Yeah, no, pretty much. She was at work, like, near Atlanta.
Hey, babe, I'm bleeding out my ass. I stopped by to get an ice cream. What should I do?
I went to Dairy Queen.
I got the peanut butter parfait. It's pretty good, but they didn't put enough nuts on it. Oh yeah, I'll go to the ER.
Yeah. So no, yeah. So I
You're
go over
at
to
the ER with chocolate on your face. Like I'm bleeding out my ass.
Let's stop for a cherry vanilla swirl. I hope you don't mind. But no, so yeah, I got to the ER. By the way, the new ER, it's really weird. Like it's set up all.
Well, it's never been the same since George Clooney left.
Actually, yeah, that is true.
That is true.
Yeah, that's a deep cut for all you youngins. Watch ER on Hulu. It's really fucking good. I love that show, dude.
Dude, have you seen that new one? That new ER show?
The Pit?
The Pit's fucking good.
Bro, with fucking John Carter in it?
It's really good.
Hells yeah.
I didn't watch all of it. Denise ended up watching the rest of it because I just tuned in for the first couple.
Finish it.
I tuned in for the first couple of episodes, but I was like, yo, this show's fucking good.
Bro, dude, this show gets the ending for it. Holy shit. It's a good fucking show, dude.
I'll need to go back and watch it and commit to it. Because like it reminded me a lot of The Bear. It felt like so fucking like more compelling than
it didn't remind you of ER?
Huh?
Because it's written by the same guy.
Oh, well, no, because I guess I just didn't really like think about it that way, but I guess you are right.
Yeah. But so anyways, back to the ER, the real life ER. It's a lot quicker. Well, kind of. I went through the triage. They took my blood, my vitals, and everything like that. At this point, my cold sweat has kind of subsided, but I was damp from sweat, and I did not feel great. My pants red, my underwear bloody, and I had to sit on the chairs. So like
my sweater cashmere. I was stunting for the
my feet Jimmy Choos.
Glasses Gucci.
Gucky. But no, So yeah, like when I would get up out of the chair, I would look back. I'm like, yep, there's my asshole print. Yeah, there it is, all in his bloody glory.
Just little fucking like lipstick
little
kisses.
But
You're being kissed by an angel.
Then they drew blood off of me. Hannah had to make her way down from work.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, like, go home first, take care of the dogs, make sure they're okay, and please grab me some clothes, and then come to the ER because I'm not fucking going anywhere right now, and I'm in the ER, so it's gonna be a minute. They finally took me into a room after 3 hours. I got there like about 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I got into a room around 6, and they put me on the bed. They did some more tests. Then the nurse practitioner came in because of course they were busy, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna need you to, if you can just put your pants down to your knees and turn to your side. I'm gonna have to take a look." I was like, "All right, just look at my asshole." So I turned to the side and everything, and I'm sitting there, and I thought she was gonna be, like kind of, okay, I see it there. All right, okay, cool. Dude, this fucking lady split me open like a fucking biscuit, dude. Oh my God. Like, she was in a rush. She grabbed my cheek, like, full grabbed. Like there was seriously like a, right? And I was like, it fucking hurt, dude.
Ooh.
Like, it wasn't hurting up to that point. Like, it was uncomfortable, and I had little twangs of pain every now and then. But when she spread me open, dude, it was like, like a flash of like, boom. I was like, oh, God. And then she was like, do you need any pain meds? I'm like, no, you should have asked me before. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I had hemorrhoids. And she's like, yeah, it looks like it was a big old fucker apparently. And she saw it, and usually if it happens, like, it'll come kind of through like there's your butthole. And it would be like around the hole.
Okay.
And that's usually what it is. It's just like it creates like a little balloon of blood. That's pretty much what a hemorrhoid is. It's uncomfortable, it's there, and it's out in the way. The one that I had was like a line going into me.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's why she was like, yeah, that's going to be an issue.
Like, how much fiber did you not eat?
No, that's the thing. Like, I know I had my intake of fiber because I do eat like vegetables, fruits, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? I do blame it on the COVID from the coughing and sneezing. Because you, like, when you cough and sneeze, your butthole goes, yeah. That's why when people have diarrhea and if they cough or sneeze, they shit themselves sometimes. Yes, there is fiber in Chinese food. I ate the vegetables.
What else did she say?
Oh,
did
yeah.
you see what Joe Exotic's boyfriend did
Did
for
you see
him
that?
after he got deported?
Dude,
no,
did you not see that?
No, I didn't see that.
He made a little postcard, and he put, like, I guess paint or something on his fucking asshole.
Oh my God.
And he did little asshole prints. And it's all different open butthole prints on a fucking piece of paper.
Oh my God.
You see every wrinkle in that motherfucker. And also, I will say, his boyfriend's butthole was blown out. It wasn't that, it was open.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah. Back to my butthole, though.
Yeah.
So the doctors came in. They're like, hey, so we might have to do like an emergency surgery to kind of like, take care of these because it is a lot and you're still bleeding. I was like, yeah, I fucking know. And then they got the I forgot what they call them, but it's a butt doctor pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It was late, so of course he wasn't gonna fucking come in.
Mm-hmm.
He got them to be like, well, maybe the ER can handle it. And the ER doc comes in and looks. He's like, he comes in. Hannah had gone to go grab some food at this point, and it was just me in there. And he comes over. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna have to look real fast. And he looks. He's like, yeah, I don't think I could do that in here. I can't do this because it was like, yeah, if it was just on the outside,
mm-hmm.
he can numb me up, lance that bitch, put a little bit of glue on it, so I kind of like so you don't have to put a stitch in. Pat me on the ass, send me on my way.
Yeah.
That's all he would have been, all he could have done. But since it was going in, and he doesn't know what's inside me too, because he doesn't have the equipment to look inside you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't want to just do this, send you on your way, and you have a bigger issue inside of you. Because we can do that, and then inside you, tomorrow you wake up and you fucking bled out all over the place.
Ugh.
So yeah. So they gave me a little bit of medicine. And by like 9:30, they were like, "Oh yeah, so you're staying the night," and I was like, "I figured."
Yeah.
And it was just really for observation to kind of see how I was doing.
You can put your legs down now. You had them in like the little birthing, like
the little stirrups.
The stirrups. Oh, okay.
Dude, then let me tell you what fucking hand it did. Dude, I was sitting there, I was like, people looked at my asshole today. And then she was like, "You had your first period." And then I was like, "I'm a woman." But yeah, the nurse, I repeated the joke to the nurse the next day, and she didn't really laugh.
She was like, "Huh?"
Yeah. She was like, "Oh." She's probably like, "You fucking misogynist motherfucker," or some shit. Whatever.
Should have promoted the podcast.
Oh, yeah, it's time for my quinceañera. What do you want for Christmas? A hemorrhoid?
No, I think she said I think she probably means like the little like butthole kiss card.
Oh, you should do it.
Huh?
Do it and make an ornament.
I mean, I know you can get like molds and stuff like of it.
But yeah. So no, I spent the night at the hospital. It was really annoying because if you stay in the night at the hospital, if you've ever stayed in the night in the hospital, you don't fucking sleep.
Mm-hmm.
They're always checking on you. They keep waking you up. They had to draw blood on me every couple of hours because they were checking to see if my hemoglobins were good because they were trying to make sure I was clotting because I kept bleeding. And that was like, well, hopefully you're not just bleeding and not clotting. By the next day, it was kind of like I was still bleeding, but it was like after I pooped or tried to poop, the pressure would make you start bleeding a little again, but it wasn't like the night before. When you wipe, it would just be like a little bloody, but it was manageable. And at that point, they're like, "Okay, since it's manageable, we won't have to do the surgery on you today, but we are going to have to refer you to a surgeon to do it, outpatient." I was like, "Great, yay!" Left the hospital, got in touch with the doctors earlier this week. I have a surgery on June 10th now. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So tune in June 10th with live cameras.
What a way to celebrate Juneteenth.
Yeah. Was it Juneteenth? Yeah, and then apparently the doctor told me too, was like, for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be in pain. Because apparently it's one of the more painful minor surgeries you can have.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, fucking great.
This bitch can't just like seal itself up over time?
If it wasn't as bad, yes. But since they're inside too, that's the issue.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could be inside. It's fine. But repair live Wednesday. It's a Tuesday. Get it right. Yeah. If they don't fix what's in the inside, it'll make worse problems, or you'll get more. So I have that. Looking forward to that. Got to pay $660.
Ouch.
Just to get going, and then they bill me afterwards for the rest.
Damn.
I'm not paying it.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So the doctor told me, high fiber diets, Metamucil, Mucinex, Miralax.
Bro, you should get if you have Costco membership, right?
No, we have the fiber gummies.
No, I'm talking about the fiber tortillas.
The fiber tortillas.
Yeah, so Mission has like these healthy alternative like tortillas, right? One tortilla is 70 calories, but it's got 15 grams of fiber. So 2 of them is a daily recommended value of fiber a day.
Or I can take 3 gummies. That's my daily recommended value.
Yeah, but they're not tortillas.
I know.
You can have them with huevos con weenies.
That is true. I think the weenies are a problem too, though.
Huh?
I think the weenies.
Well, don't put them in your ass.
Damn it! I've been eating them all wrong.
Oh, Frank, my old friend, going down to the ballpark.
Jimmy John, what are you doing here?
Jimmy John's is a secret reptilian cabal.
What?
Have you not seen that video?
No. What, the one that you sent me?
I think I sent one. I don't know if I sent it to you or if I sent it to one of like my other friends. But it was the whole point of the video was just this guy trying to like get the attention of an actual senator.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can pull it up real quick because I'm pretty sure it's like the only meme I've sent him in a while. It was this one. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
I think I'm connected to the Wi-Fi.
Urgent message for Seth Moulton, U.S. U.S. representative for Massachusetts' 6th Congressional District. Mr. Moulton, you must listen. The Jimmy John's sandwich store on 1 Harborside Drive, Boston, has been taken over by a Nephilim cabal, working in connection with the Babylonian Brotherhood. Don't believe me? Then why are the employees at the Harborside Drive Jimmy John's all 9 feet tall, covered in a dense layer of scales?
It's so fucking stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen all the crazy AI shit that they're starting to come out with now?
Dude,
The
I
ones
actually,
that like real fucking things, like the news broadcast one. Did you see that one?
yeah, dude. So I've been noticing that a bunch of like I'm sure you see these all the time on Instagram and also on TikTok, where it'll be like a generic looking person like holding like the headphone
it's AI.
microphone,
Yeah.
and they're just like, I'm gonna tell you this. I was a fucking butt surgeon for the last 10 years, and I'm gonna show you what you need to keep healthy. And they're like walking in the video, and it looks fucking real, and they just have a random backdrop of like fucking things related to what they're talking, but all of it is AI. Because I would sometimes be curious, like, who the fuck is this person just giving out this random health information, and then you click on it. Go to the profile, and they got thousands of them in the same outfit and doing the same position, and then they're all different. I've been a fucking hairstylist for the last 20 years. I've been a fucking astronomer for fucking
Astronomer?
whatever. You know what I mean? God, I'm so bad at language.
I've been a straw. But no, yeah, like I've been seeing a lot more of those starting today, because I was talking about the AI stuff yesterday with a coworker, and then today almost every single ad that was on TikTok that I saw was that someone talking, but there's tells and everything that if you look at the video of the person, you can tell they're AI because like the sides of their mouths still have those little artifacts. Their teeth, when they show their teeth, sometimes the lines will be like wavy on the teeth. Like when they're talking, the teeth keep trying to figure out where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the hair. It's always the hair too. Like it just keeps moving for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, the whole AI thing has been getting to that point where it's going to start blurring the line between fake and real. Because people have been we're talking about this a couple of years back. They're like, because remember, they were doing that whole thing where originally it was with audio. With like, well, we found a way to make audio mimic actual people's voices.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, look, we made a full fake Joe Rogan podcast because we used all their podcasts as basically like... made the machine learn all his fucking speech like patterns and things that he does, and now we can make like fake ones of where he's like interviewing people he hasn't actually met.
Yeah.
And that whole thing is really fucking weird. And I know recently they had this whole thing where they had like a AI image of a guy who got killed, and used old audio tracks of what the guy sounded like to testify in court. An actual dead guy. They got an actual dead guy's AI because they wanted to send a message of like, hey, you're the reason why I'm gone and blah, 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 this and that. And I was
they
like...
fuck up and it picks up. It's like, I suck cocks. I love dick.
Because of you, I can no longer hug my family.
Yeah.
Also, this was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Make sure to use the promo code AI husband.
Make sure you use the promo code Dead Husband. And you unlock a special character, me.
Is this him with a battle axe?
No, he's just dead. No, yeah, the fucking AI shit's getting out of hand. And I saw one. It's a blend of AI and tech. Because my TikTok today, again, I was at work. I wasn't doing fucking anything because it was, it's Memorial Day weekend. Everyone I've called and my coworker, we were calling people just trying to get some sales in.
Yeah.
Straight to voicemail. No one was in office. Yeah, no one was fucking working today except for us. And I kept getting like the TikToks because they just did like a bunch of ice raids in McDonough, like down the road from us and everything.
Yeah,
and it's starting to fucking move up, dude. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's getting a little wild.
I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And I started looking at those, and then it showed me one. It was a company that's making a robot that uses AI to like kind of track the movements of the camera to kind of see where things line up and everything. It's a roofing robot. They have to tether it to the roof, and it goes and moves on the roof, and it like it sets like the roofing tiles down, like the the roofing shit, the black tile shit.
Yeah.
It sets it down, nails it down, moves on to the next spot, keeps doing it.
Hmm.
It's super fucking slow. The robot is so cumbersome. They have to literally, if they don't anchor it and tether it to the roof, it's gonna come crashing off your fucking roof. It's heavy. And there's like a team of like 3 white dudes having to like be on the computers and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I left a comment. I was like, okay, cool. So deport the people who are actually fucking doing this because they're criminals, and then hire an even more expensive robot that's going to take a fucking year to do one roof.
Yeah.
Because it was slow as fuck, dude. It was using AI to make sure I don't even know why you need AI to do that. Just teach your robot to have a fucking level and a camera that makes it line up. That's
Yeah.
it. Not really that much AI in that. But it like, oh, boop, perfect match. Drops tile. Then it switches over to the nail gun. Doom,
Mm.
doom. And then it slowly moves to the next one. And then the white guy who's explaining it, he's like, yeah, roofing is a hard job. Not many people do it. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, yeah, it's dangerous. People fall off all the time.
Luckily,
so we're
our
trying to cut back on that.
Luckily, our services are only $25,000.
No, yeah, dude, that shit's gonna be expensive as fuck because you have to pay for that thing that gets set up by these.
The coolest
skinny white dudes.
the coolest thing I've seen that's been done, although I don't think this is technically AI, but like it's the 3D printing houses where they do it with cement. That shit is dope.
yeah,
Because
it's cool.
it actually makes houses more affordable.
But they have been issues with that though
Yeah.
because the cement like expands and starts cracking.
Yeah.
So they have to they still have to figure it out.
Well, no, they've improved like the way on how they're built because they do it like by like layers. Like it's not just like
no, yeah, I know. It's like it follows the little trail and whatever. But the problem with that is, yeah, it stacks up, but still it expands and contracts with the heat and cold. Like just like metal does, cement does it, wood does, everything does it.
I guess that's true. I guess they would have to like make like a special blend that would be like a way of like preventing it to do so. So who knows? And who knows if that shit would even be like good, like safe to be around? Because imagine they did have like a mix where it wouldn't expand or contract, but it's fucking toxic as shit. So you're just breathing it in all the time.
They did the same thing like Africa and India. They're working on these. They're pretty much just like getting all the plastic that's filling up the fucking country. And recycling it by melting it and like compressing them into like these like plastic cinder blocks, pretty much. Super durable. They're light, high fire resistance, and I mean they're cheap.
Yeah,
and you just take trash and you make them.
I'm still trying to do the whole like. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just like, have you looked into dual citizenship?
Yeah, I'm looking into it right now, actually.
Because I've been on this for a while where I'm like, bro, we need to get some family together and buy like some nice property for like a summer home or potentially a getaway if shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Because we're slowly creeping into fascist territory, or we basically are there.
Yeah,
we're becoming a
kinda
police
there.
state, and it's getting out of hand.
And
and that's all I'll speak on politics for today.
if they get rid of habeas corpus, that means everyone's free game.
What?
Yeah, because habeas corpus is you can't just be detained for no reason. You have to have a trial.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was the black guy from the Matrix.
That's Morpheus.
Oh,
But no, yeah, it's fucking. I'm blanking now. I'm like that one Christine Noem lady now. The lady for the Homeland Security thing. Yeah, she has no fucking clue what it is.
You're talking about the ice Barbie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking plastic bitch.
Dude, lately again, I don't want to talk about like current events or politics because they're just too much. They have their place to be talked about. And also, I'm just not qualified because, like, as soon as I start talking about politics, I'll go down that rabbit hole of just talking points I've heard a million times. But I'm gonna have a hard time, like really giving my 2 cents on the subject because I'm probably gonna get it mixed up with other things I'm also thinking about because with ADHD brain, I'm thinking at fucking 5,000 rotations a second, the little hamster that's in my brain. So I'm just not going to speak on it, but. What I will say is current events have gotten to a point where I am just sad all the time and I need to take a break. So
I've already won it.
yeah,
No, it's one of the things where a lot of people online are talking about. Like, yeah, if they're not going to give me a fair trial, I'm not going to give them a fair shot at taking me without catching something.
yeah.
Yeah, but
On other news, I'm building a mini Godzilla collection.
yeah, I know. I saw.
I still haven't been
What's
able
the
to get.
rock?
Huh?
I know
That's-
it's from Kirby.
That's gelatinous Godzilla.
Gelatinous Godzilla.
I've been
Are
trying
they
to get
making another Godzilla?
Yes,
They announced something
yes.
to like the Philippines or some shit like that.
Godzilla X Kong Supernova.
Who's making this?
Legendary.
Oh, is it the next step?
It's the next step. Yeah, it's Godzilla X Kong. So it's gonna be another buddy cop movie,
Buddy cops.
and then it's called Supernova. So people are thinking it's either gonna be Gigan or it's going to be Space Godzilla.
I kind of wish they saved King Ghidorah.
Well, King Ghidorah was in King of the Monsters.
Yeah, I know, but I wish they kind of saved him because he was like big bad for a while.
Well, this whole storyline with Ghidorah is that the original story, one of the original like older movies
Mhm.
was that Godzilla defeated him in ancient times,
Mm.
and then someone in the future revived him, and then he fucking went through a time portal to go back to present time to fight Godzilla. Because apparently portals, like the interdimensional and time portals, are a common thing in some Godzilla lore.
Yeah.
So much so that they actually did a mini run of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers versus Godzilla.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because what happens is, what's the character's name with the big cone tits?
Oh, Rita Repulsa.
Yeah, Rita Repulsa.
Rangers.
As a tactic to defeat the Rangers, she opens a massive portal with fucking Zoid or Zod, and they bring Godzilla.
Zed.
They bring him into the fucking universe to fight the Power Rangers.
Oh, wow.
And Godzilla's just fucking shit up, and they're just kind of like, they fight him with the Megazord,
Oh, nice.
which is pretty fucking sick.
I would have done the fucking Dragon Zord.
Uh,
Dragon Zord against Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been cool. Well, I mean, they had like what's his face? Ultraman fight Godzilla.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of other like Japanese giant.
I've been getting
creatures.
real into like the history and stories of both Godzilla and a lot of the older Japanese shows, dude.
Yeah.
Did you know that the creator of Ultraman is just a huge like Bible guy, like Jesus guy?
Really?
Ultraman is technically a euphemism for Jesus Christ because he's been crucified multiple times in different movies.
Are you serious?
So much so, Ultraman is so popular in Japan that in the animes that reference a character getting crucified isn't referencing the Bible, it's referencing Ultraman.
That's funny.
Which is really funny because the whole idea is somebody becomes the title of Ultraman as in they become the savior of humanity.
Yeah.
And then with their power, they're able to be the good guy. But that's the thing, like, it's all religious allegory,
Yeah.
but it's literally just big robot man fighting monsters. Because I was
You
like,
should get Grandma Crucifix with Ultraman on it.
because I ended up watching a whole video where they were like, what's a good entry point to get into Ultraman? And they're like, there's like 50,000 movies of Ultraman. Because the whole point is kids show. It's a kids show.
Yeah, it's a fucking kid show.
Yeah, but luckily the cool thing about Ultraman is even though it was a Christian allegory for Christ, it never says that in the show. It never explains that. That was just like his own personal like
Yeah.
inner like beliefs of the character.
I've been getting a lot of Power Rangers lore TikToks and videos.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the Japanese ones get dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they show Rangers dying on the episodes. There was one where like everyone but one Ranger got wiped out by one monster, and all the monster did. He did the anime thing where like he grabbed the Ranger by the head and just fucking started exploding him and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen that new anime, the Go-Go Loser Ranger?
Isn't that the one where they're evil?
So the main characters are the evil bad guys.
Yeah.
And they basically had, like, they defeated them, they captured them, and now they forced them to repeat their defeat every single day as, like, a live performance.
Yeah, yeah. And then one of the
Bad
the
guys-
minions, yeah.
They escape, and they're trying to, like...
Yeah.
Because basically they're just using them as, like, a... Like, the whole, like, basis of the show is basically, like, the quote-unquote good guys are actually the bad guys.
Yeah.
Because they're using this propaganda to basically hide the fact that they're all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
So,
It's not a
patriotism.
It's not a Crunchyroll yet, I think.
No, I think it's on Hulu.
Is it on Hulu?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could, or maybe it's HBO Max.
I'll have to check.
That's
'cause
one of the
I've
two.
been wanting to watch that one ever since I saw like a quick snippet of it. I was like, oh shit, cool.
There's been a drought of good animes lately. I
Yeah.
kind of been thinking about just rewatching old animes just out of like nostalgia.
I'm where am I? I need to start watching again, but I got to the halfway through the Vegeta Nappa fight.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, Nappa's still alive,
Mm.
but yeah.
Well,
Spoiler alerts.
I need a what's it called? I need to finish Attack on Titan. Never finished it.
Me neither. I couldn't get into it actually.
They said it was really good.
Yeah, I got a couple episodes in, and I was like,
You know how many people? You know how many people rank that anime as like the perfect anime?
really?
Which I'm just kind of like, I know there's some scenes in Attack on Titan that are fucking dope as shit,
Yeah,
but I don't know if I would rate it like a 10 out of 10.
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I get deeper into the story, it's just like like what I hate. I hate in between seasons.
Yeah, when they're really not doing anything, and that's usually when they have their
They're building up the ante for like the big reveal at the end of the season, which
Yeah.
is gonna make the next season badass. But you just kind of just watched all the fucking build up for nothing.
It's filler episode. It's the beach episode. It's the we have to get a summer job episode.
A lot of
it's all the
animes
stupid
stop
shit
doing
like
that.
Yeah, I know, it's annoying.
Well-
Like we don't have to see your characters in bikinis.
Because they're remaking One Piece, right?
Yeah, I saw that. It's who's making it? It's
I think
it's a big company too.
Mappa. Is it Mappa?
They made what the fuck? Who did it?
If they made Chainsaw Man, then it's Mappa.
That's not Mappa. It's someone else. I forgot who it is. We'll look it up later.
I've been trying to catch up on some mangas. I've been enjoying reading
Mangas.
those. Because I've been kind of in the mood of just doing different things. So, getting back into my reading game or getting into comics. And then I've been trying to, my new thing I've been also trying to do is I'm really just trying to watch more, movies. Because I feel like the last couple of years, there hasn't been like really that many interesting movies. So now I'm like, I really need to go and dig for movies that people have told me to watch and I hadn't had a chance to watch.
I haven't seen it. I need to go watch some horror movies. Like there's that
Denise the other night watched The Goonies
for the first time.
for the first time.
Are you serious?
Oh, it was my first time watching it too.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Didn't
Oh,
like it.
Okay. Well,
Didn't like it at all.
you could be wrong.
Uh-huh.
It's a goofy kids movie.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
watching a movie where a bunch of kids can't act.
They're children.
I've seen children act better than
okay.
this. Have you seen Toy Story? Have you seen Lilo and Stitch?
Dude, what do you think about the new Lilo and Stitch
Uh,
with the whole changes that they're making with it?
I don't get it, dude. I feel
They took away the main bad guy, the big shark guy.
Yeah.
He's not in the movie. He's like the person who was chasing down Stitch after the other two aliens, Pleakley and the other guy.
Mhm.
And also Pleakley's not in drag. He doesn't get a cunty little bob.
Ugh.
Yeah. I want my aliens in drag.
I don't know. Disney's been dropping the ball for a minute, dog.
Yeah.
Because that Snow White movie was atrocious.
Oh yeah, I heard that was awful.
But also, people have been talking about, like, what has been going on lately with these shows and their fucking shit-ass casting. Because the casting they did for The Last of Us for Ellie is fucking the worst.
See, I don't have an issue with it really. Like, I understand that, yeah, she doesn't look like Ellie, but who the fuck cares?
No, it's not even that,
Dina,
dude. She
yeah.
just has a... It's just the fact that, like, the comparison from Ellie from the first game and second game, there's a clear distinction that she has aged. So
Yeah.
I think they should have just recasted her to an older person. She looks the fucking same from the previous season. She does not look that much
Yeah,
older.
but they're gonna keep her
And
there
she
because of
also-
the star value.
She
That's
also
all they're
looks
gonna
like
do.
Buzz Lightyear.
She does.
She has the fucking head of Buzz Lightyear, dude.
It's that chin.
She just looks goofy as hell, and it just takes me out. And then the person they casted as Abby is not nearly as bulky. They took away a role for a muscle mommy that should have deserved that role. You're telling me
But
I'm not?
again,
You can't tell me I'm wrong on that one.
it's a different story.
We clearly have a muscle mommy hater amongst us.
You think I'm a muscle mommy hater, motherfucker?
Oh no, I see who you follow on Insta.
Oh, yeah,
you
you
follow
do.
a lot of them.
Hells yeah.
I just like and
My
go
wife
about,
does too.
I just like them and go about my business. I can't have them on my feed.
Fucking coward.
No, because I just hate like a lot of the. I used to follow a couple of them, but I hate how often some of them post. Where I'm just like, okay, I can't be watching you do squats all day.
Yes. No, like Lean Beef Patty posts all the time,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I'm at work. But yeah, no, I really don't find an issue. Like, yeah, like I hear the like, yeah, Abby should have been buff, but at the same time, you're gonna have a really buff lady beating up Bella.
but they also fucked up
What?
that they also fucked up the whole like thing with her too.
Who?
So, okay, now I'm going off what people have talked about online because I didn't play The Last of Us 2.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't have a PlayStation.
Oh shit!
I haven't had a PlayStation in years.
Isn't it on sale on Steam?
Probably not. I'm not worried about playing it.
You should play it. It's good.
I'm sure it's good, but at the same time, I just don't feel like paying money for.
I think I have it on. You don't have a PS4. Never mind.
Exactly.
Or a PS5.
Anyways,
Okay.
moving on. Like, okay, I don't know if there's anyone listening that wants to avoid potential spoilers, but it's within the first 2 fucking episodes of the newest season. All right, there's one big distinction between the game and what the show decided to do, and I kind of agree that they should have stuck with how the game went about it. So, for whatever reason, they decided to rewrite that scene where Joel is getting killed, where she basically spills the beans on why she's doing it and her whole entire motive on why she wants to kill Joel. While in the original game, she never mentions any of that shit. And it builds up through the rest of the game of you slowly figuring out that...
She does talk about it in the beginning of the game.
She talks about it, but she doesn't talk to it to Joel.
No, yeah, of course she doesn't, because it's for the TV show.
I know, but that's the problem. Is the show should have had her tell it through the story and not just immediately give it at the beginning. Stop defending a bad show. What are you doing?
No, I'm saying it because they're making it for 2 different audiences. The game, they have the time. Like, how long is the game? You have the time to tell the story in the game.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. You haven't even fucking played it.
Bro.
They had the time in the game.
They fit the whole first game in 1 season, and they're planning to do 3 seasons of the second.
No, they're only doing 2.
But still, that's too fucking long. You're telling me they can't squeeze that shit into 2 fucking seasons?
Because they're trying to do it justice. They have to change a few things because they can't do everything from the game.
They did it fine with the first season. I don't see how they can do it.
They changed a bunch of stuff for the first season too.
I know, because there's some shit you can leave out, dude. It doesn't have to be that like new. You don't have to bring up every fucking moment of Ellie talking about how she wants to scratch her pussy and shit. Like, just fucking move on.
No. What is
also, she fingered a girl all wrong. She was poor technique. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing down there.
Because she's a virgin.
Huh? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I feel like fucking most virgins would do better than that.
Nah.
She's a woman. She has a vagina. She should know how to move or make her way in there.
Maybe hers was different.
Huh?
Maybe hers was different.
It's like, hey, where's your balls?
You don't have a dick? But no, and then what is it? The whole they have to do a different pacing for the show because they can only fit so much in like an hour-long episode. It's not even an hour long. It's like 45 minutes long.
You sound like the same people that defended the last season of Game of Thrones.
No, I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones. What's it called?
I was a fan of Game of Thrones until they decided to fucking just
go off the rails.
It was after like season 3 where there was just like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
they're starting to fucking.
But again, it's because they have to fit it to the general audience.
I don't like that.
You don't have to like it.
But that's exactly. That's why I don't watch the fucking show because I'm like, this is so dumb.
But yeah,
just stick with the fucking narrative.
But going back to The Last of Us, it's a different show. It's a different audience because it's different. It's different attention spans. When you're playing a game, your attention's there. You're in control. You're pushing the narrative forward. It's on rails. but you have to push it forward.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Joe, is what you have to remember is like in a game, majority of the time that it takes you to get to the end of that story is because there's gameplay in there that takes you a while. Cut out the gameplay and just put in the cinematic things, it'll be wrapped up in an hour.
No, because then it'll just be the shortest fucking show ever.
Then put a little bit of gameplay in there, and then there you go. It's done. It's okay to be wrong.
Budgets.
Anyways, let's move on.
But let's what is it called? People are dumb. They want more drama than action.
Well, people who like drama are dumb.
There you go.
Except for the kind of drama that's funny. Like whenever you try to start shit with a random person online and you just call them a baby when they get mad. I saw the funniest thing on TikTok today where it was a guy wearing a fucking MAGA hat, right? And he's basically like, I'm tired of all these liberal men, or I'm sorry, liberal boys who like to act all fucking tough. I'd challenge any of y'all to a fucking sparring match, and I guarantee that you guys aren't going to survive. And then it cuts to the next video he posted. He's just like, so you guys took it way too far. I'm having like these 6'4", 300-pound guys challenging me to a fight. Okay, you guys obviously don't know anything about weight divisions or actual fights.
My God.
And then someone followed up with that where he's like, bro, you see how quickly he turned into a pussy as soon as someone bigger than him was just like, oh, you want to fucking fight me?
The other one I saw was this one guy. He was just being a real dick. They were trying to open a jar of olives or something.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then like the girl, the woman had trouble opening it, and then he had trouble opening it, and she's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" He's like, "No, you greased the lid like with your hands. What do you have on your hands?" It's like, "I don't have anything on my hands."
You know, the guy that came over to open it for him was that girl's boyfriend.
Oh, really?
So he like fucking straight up just like punked his ass. And then they brought
and then he was like, "Oh, he has power over you now, huh?"
No, but did you see the thing what happened after that?
No.
Is they brought them both the same
pickles?
pickle jar, and
Yeah.
she opened it first. And he was still, and I knew this guy was going to struggle because I looked at his forearms and he had some bitch forearms on him, dude. Because like, again, it's like, I don't know what it is with these fucking, I think hyper masculinity happens more from people who actually aren't tough.
No, it's they're internet warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they talk a big game on the internet, but then when it comes down to it, pushovers, they'll call the cops because you showed up, and they're just bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day that someone online tries to threaten us so that way we can just start posting photos of us holding guns and shit and just be like, hey, we live in Georgia, dog. Come find me. See what happens.
Our address is.
Yeah. Well, it's just because, like, down here in the South, I think people have the common sense not to fucking try to, like, publicly start shit because, you know, like, around here, especially the closer you get to the mountains, people will fight you.
You'll disappear.
People will show up to your fucking doorstep and they'll be like, you
come on, you son bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's the thing that I also appreciate about the South is the Southern hospitality has gotten to the point where you understand that, like, you shouldn't take it to that point if you don't have to. Like, look, I talk a lot of shit online, but at the same time, I was like, I don't actively want to seek out hurting somebody.
Yeah.
If you challenge me to a fucking, like, duel or whatever fucking you want to call it, or
I challenge you to a duel.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to be someone to back down, but at the same time, I'm just like, is this really necessary? We can't just use our words. My words hurt you so much that you want to physically hurt me?
Yeah, when you start attacking their ego, that's when they get really pissed off or they start crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. It's like whenever people are like, you know, whenever you challenge somebody's like beliefs and then they start going to like calling you like a pussy or something like that. I'm like,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, we weren't talking about like sparring or doing a fight or anything. The difference between you and me is like, I don't think that's necessary.
I can beat your ass and you still be wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big issue now with online creators is they're coming from an era where, hey,
bunch of soy boys.
No, they're now in an era where anonymity, or how do you say it? Like fucking being anonymous online.
Yeah, anonymity.
Yeah, is such a common place now that people don't realize. Oh, there was a time before where when you did talk shit, someone would pop you in the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And a lot of people online...
It's just a prank, bro. Those guys, I love watching those videos when they get fucked up, dude.
Someone needs to fucking punch Asmongold in the mouth. I feel like his dumbass needs to fucking, like, find... Because he's, like, one of those internet dudes that's always like, if a woman doesn't have big tits in a video game, she shouldn't be in a video game.
Oh.
He's one of those fucking losers where he's like, I'm almost positive he has never gotten pussy. Because he acts like he has a superior role as a man in society over women. When you can look up the statistics, more women are fucking highly educated than men are.
Yeah, we dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, men, we're cave people still.
I like, here's a prime example. How many guys in this room have a wife with a degree while not having a degree?
We're the working class.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
And that's commonplace for a lot of
No, yeah, it is.
relationships.
We've talked about it, me and Hannah and or Hannah and me. She'll correct me.
Yeah. Well, this isn't Marley and me.
No, because it's always the person and then you. And like you're supposed to be Hannah and
Is
I.
that proper grammar?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't she like?
She's English major. She has a minor in Spanish or another. I don't know. She's smart. She's fucking smart. She's way smarter than me. She keeps saying you're smart too. I'm like, no, you're smart. You smart. You got brain.
I have an associate's degree in pendejadas.
My grandma called me a pendejo.
She says it means very handsome.
But no, yeah, like we talked about it, and like whenever we do decide to have a kid, I'm gonna probably step back and go into like part-time or find something remote that I can do from home and you know, be the at-home parent more. Yeah, because she is in a higher position than I am, and she's way better off than I am. And like if Hannah ever decides to leave me, I am in ruins. She'll be fine.
Oh, fucking Primo has joined the TET. Doctorate in pendejadas.
Hells yeah. We went to the
Hell
same
yeah.
college. But yeah, no, you got that Navy knowledge. Like how to fuck men in the butt. My brother fucks men in the butt.
Are you trying to get him mad?
He's in Florida.
Minor in putazos.
You beat minors up? But what were we talking about?
Does he have to still compete in the kids league?
Yeah, he's like 5'2".
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah.
I think about this sometimes. I'm just like, man, I'm blessed that I woke up
Tall.
one day 6'2". There's no one in our family that's this tall.
Yeah, I think you're the tall. No, you're not the tallest.
I'm the tallest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean the closest would probably be
Me or Vladdy.
yeah, because you guys are both like what 6 feet. My brother's 6 feet too,
Yeah.
but I'm the only one that's 6'2".
What the fuck?
It's pretty hard being the alpha. Anyway, princess.
Willy. But yeah. What were we talking about?
It's one day you can join the wolf pack.
Bro, I've been getting the TikToks of the guy who's doing like the laying on his belly with his feet up in the air.
Yeah.
But you can't see him because they're behind his head.
Oh, with the
And then-
fedora.
yeah, and then he claps.
Hey, princess.
Oh, I was just thinking about coming over, Willie, like an hour ago.
I like the one where it's like, would you like some red wine? And he has a bottle between his toes.
Or the belt one. Don't make me come over here and punish you.
Oh my god.
But yeah, fucking people on the internet need to fucking stop sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the other guy who does the furry guy that talks about Vaporeon a lot and fucking her.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude, it's a skit. Hopefully it's a skit. But he's like, yeah, I tried calling, and he's doing like the anime. I tried calling, Build-A-Bear, but it seems like this location just blocked my number. Actually, a lot of locations have blocked my number. Well, I hear that you're getting and he's like, a life-size Vaporeon. And I could just imagine stuffing her with
Nothing upsets me more than watching a video of someone doing the whole like
the
and
anime.
then, like,
Yeah,
like that. And,
ooh, ooh.
oh no, the worst one is whenever they do the
Oh, God,
And they hit you with
dude.
the
You know, I'm glad. You know, like the whole raw emo phase.
Yeah.
I am glad that fucking died.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude,
It's
that
so
was
funny to see
terrible.
like how those women who were a part of that subculture grew up to be normal moms, and now they get so embarrassed when you bring
Mhm.
up those fucking photos of them dressing where they fucking like bleached their like hair to like
Yeah.
hell with the fucking like little raccoon tail designs,
Or
and
they did like the stripes and the bangs.
you
Yeah.
unironically went to a 303 show.
Yeah,
Like,
you
what-
love 303.
You fucking love what's it called? Escape the Fate.
These situations,
Are irrelevant now.
we're all rapists and murder.
Although I here's one thing. My Chemical Romance, Hot Topic, Girls. Look, some people might hate me
Yeah.
on saying this, but I re-listened to it. The Black Parade is probably one of the best like stadium rock albums of all time, because I used to always be the guy that was just like, no, I like Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge more because it's more punk rock, but that transition from punk rock shows was to the stadium fucking like anthems they wrote. That fucking album is so goddamn
Yeah,
good.
it is. I listen to it every now and then.
That's the thing. Like when I was young, I didn't appreciate it because it was such a mainstream thing for like the emo scene that I just found it a kind of cringe. But looking back on it, I was like, no, these songs are very well written.
I remember my brother bought the Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge one. That was when he first started driving around too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that, and I started listening to that too. And what else? And then he got really into brother. What was you got really into ska for a little bit, and like those like ska punk bands like.
Oh, you mean like Real Big Fish?
No, not really.
Streetlight Manifesto.
Mustard Plug. Streetlight Manifesto, I think, was one.
What was one of my favorites? One of my
God.
favorites was Real Big.
No Effects was there, of course.
Oh, the Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. There's so fucking many, dude.
And then there was always those punk bands that will occasionally do ska songs. You know, like NoFX had a couple of them, like Kill All the White Man, and then what's it called? They did that cover by Minor Threat, where they like changed the lyrics.
Yeah, and then like lately I've been listening to like some punk rock like mixes, so it has like Social Distortion, what's it called? The Fugees, just a bunch of like those old Bad Brains.
Dude, I fucking love old Bad Brains, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Because when you listen to it, you're like, oh, this is where American hardcore started.
Yeah.
And because I had this whole argument with one of my friends because he's like one of the guys that listens.
Cash 22 and Rancid.
Oh, fucking love Rancid. Rancid was good. But yeah, I had this whole discussion with one of my friends because I remember he got super into the current day hardcore scene, right? And I told him, like, look, if you listen back, you know, Bad Brains and what's it called? Dead Kennedys. Dead Kennedys was one of like the beginning.
Voodoo Glow Skulls, dude.
Voodoo Glow Skulls?
Oh, yeah, dude. They're like a Chicano punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Well, you know what I'm glad I didn't do? I'm glad that I didn't fall into that group of kids that thought like Hollywood Undead was a good band.
Oh my God.
That
dude.
band was so fucking atrocious. I was thinking about it the other day. I was just like, you're either a Slipknot fan or you're a Hollywood Undead fan. Which I'm not going to lie. I think Slipknot kind of fell off a little bit. They got a little bit too high in their britches. They did the whole Metallica sellout, like, I care more about how much money I'm making than actual putting out music.
I mean, they're making money.
Because, you know, it is what it is. Subliminal Verses is still a great album, as is Psychosocial.
Psychosocial.
Yeah.
God, what other fucking bands are out there? And then I started listening to like, because Voodoo Glow Skulls, I pulled them up and put listened to like a radio that was built off of them on Spotify, and it brought up these fucking Mexican like hardcore punk bands too. Like one was I think like Xibalba.
Yeah.
Bro, they fucking rip, dude.
Mm-hmm.
God, who else was it? There's a bunch of other Mexican the Casualties are good.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever you get a chance, just go on Spotify, put in like Mexican like hardcore punk, and it just gives you a list. The other one was like Sapo something.
Yeah.
They're awesome too.
I know I've been recently going a little bit into a couple of like obscure like bands and stuff.
Yeah.
Because for a while I was kind of going into a little bit of Argentinian jazz bands.
Yeah.
And some of the shit that they write, dude, is so fucking cool. It's so different and wild. Like here's, like, because I was gonna bring up, because I have the Spotify right here, but there's this one fucking band called, I think they're called NAFTA. They're so fucking good, and I thought it was so wild that that, you know, so much, like, there's so much music out there that you don't ever get like a chance to listen to.
Yeah.
And whenever you do discover like certain thing, you're just like, bro, this shit is on a different fucking level. Just because like the creativity that goes into it. Yeah, it was let's see, this band right here. They're called So, and they have this song called Jumbo, and it just sounds fucking sick, dude. It's just really fast, over the top, like jazz.
Hey. Copyright.
Yeah,
Copyright.
as long as we talk over it a
Yeah.
little bit, it should be fine.
Copyright.
Either way, it shouldn't show up on the VOD.
Yeah. But Agnostic Front, that's another good Mexican punk band, or a Chicano punk band. Los Crudos are good. Chibalba's on there.
Yeah.
Ruleta Rusa. Yeah.
Let me turn this off before I get fucking sued.
For Social Distortion, he was a white guy, wasn't he? Or was he like one of the light-skinned Hispanics?
I don't know who that is.
You know Social Distortion?
No.
Look him up. Look him up. Pull him up.
No. Anyways.
But no, like, because the reason I'm bringing it up is one of their music videos is the guy walking through the house, and he's like, you know, it's one of the songs where he's like just talking, and then he gets into the song. It's one of their more famous songs. I forgot the fuck.
The punk scene is huge in Mexico. Actually, I've
No, yeah.
always known that because of my stepdad. He was an old school punk head in Mexico. He showed me photos of him in leather jackets with a fucking crazy long like mohawk.
Are you serious?
And yes, dude, he showed me so many Mexican punk bands because he used to have like one of those big CD albums of all the bands, and he would tell me, he's like, oh yeah, this band is really cool, this band is badass, and then, you know, it's funny because Mexican punk is it's really repetitive because they're all about that fucking like snare and cymbal, like
Yeah,
like,
it's speed.
yeah. So, but that is like a distinguishing thing of old school like Mexican punk rock, because he used to listen to them all the fucking time in the house, and I'd just be like, "What the fuck are you listening to, bro? It sounds insane." Because
It's one of those just chaotic sound.
it's that era of punk where they're like, "Oh, you don't need to be good at singing. You just have to yell," and that's the music. It's entertaining. It's really entertaining listens, but sometimes you're just like, okay, I get it, bro. I get it. Like, shut this shit off.
I like that class of there's in like, especially in California, of course, but it's the fool punks. You know, the punk fool. It's like the fucking like cholo punks and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Because it's fucking huge over there. They fucking they're over there, you know, bumping like all the rap and everything and shit. But then they'll like turn around and throw on fucking like this like hardcore punk shit, and then they're in the fucking pit too.
I actually watched this whole video of the thing where they were talking about how Chicano culture revived oldies because in the era where they were getting discriminated and they're also building Chicano culture, they actually were reviving that style of music because they like related to it, because it was there's something weird about Chicano culture and like the in that subculture where they really love romantic ballads.
Yeah.
And most of those old oldies that you remember hearing from like music like Buddy Holly and fucking what's it called, Richie Valens or Valens, yeah. They like honed in on that shit, and they fucking like revitalized like the fucking genre itself. And that's why nowadays you still find new bands.
Oh yeah, I find them all the time.
Yeah,
dude. I fucking love that shit. Like Los Retros are good.
Yeah.
The Marias, I think, is one.
One of my favorites that I recently started listening to was I think it's like Joey Quinones.
Oh yeah, he's good, dude.
He's really fucking good. He's got a fucking voice, dude. He's got a fucking voice on him, dude. And And then there's other bands that are kind of similar, but they're not necessarily Chicano old school. Like there's like was it Durand and the Incantations, I think, or something like that. Is that Incantations or Indications,
or that
like
old school like almost like soul funk like Black Pumas.
Yeah, Black Pumas.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not deviate into music too much because we can't afford the copyright strikes.
No,
right
I'm
now.
not playing music. I'm just like showing like this one. It's the Marias. Yeah, the Marias. Los Retros. There was
Isn't that a
something
type of
else.
cookie?
The Marias? Yeah.
Yeah, Maria cookies.
Those
Those
are
are
yellow
good.
ones, right?
Those are good. The little thin ones.
Yeah. Those are good.
It's an old
Well, I
fashioned.
don't think, no, I can't have those anymore.
You can't.
I think they're coconutty.
Mm.
No, they're not. It's not the ovally ones, right?
No. Did you get that one video of that Asian guy where he was just like, somebody asked me a popular American
Oh,
question.
yeah.
Would you like to have a thought daughter or a gay son? It's like,
Yeah. You must not ask me these questions.
I have diabetes.
I'm gonna start saying that when someone asks me a question at work. It's like, I have diabetes.
Hey, Joe, what's your opinion on what's going on in Gaza?
I have diabetes.
You just walk away.
But yeah, fucking. We haven't talked in a while, so like a lot of shit has happened.
Yeah.
Like we have a new pope.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Pope Leo.
Yeah, fucking from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D Block Pope.
D Block Pope. The
Yeah.
Pope.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him because it's rumored that he was going to excommunicate all the Catholics that voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he does.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like just say fuck you.
Mafia Pope.
Hey, you never know.
Oh, yeah.
He's around that time.
Well, the one thing I think was really interesting is that he's a little bit like he's way a lot more modernized than like their previous popes because.
But he's a little bit more closed-minded. Like he already came out and said marriage should just be between men and women.
Did he already say that?
Yeah,
Mm.
but he is still championing. I think
So
that,
far, 2 for 2.
No, but he's
I'm
still,
joking.
He's still talking about it's not his place to
Yeah.
say what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
But he's like, my opinion is it's man and woman, but do whatever you want. Fuck who you want, you know?
Yeah, but what that was really funny is as soon as he got into like becoming the new pope, people immediately were like, "Yeah, fucking new woke pope, fuck him.
Yeah.
He's not the pope. He's not my pope, not my president, not my
and
pope."
then what was it? Fox News is all up in arms because he didn't speak English at his little like speech in the beginning.
Well, of course not. He's
Yeah.
he's in the fucking Vatican, dog.
Yeah, because like they usually speak in like their the language they grew up talking.
Yeah.
But I mean, he spent most of his time in fucking Peru, I think what it was, like being a fucking clergy guy down there.
Mm-hmm.
And he spoke what was it, Italian or whatever the fuck they talk over there, and Spanish.
Mm.
And then Fox News was like, I don't see why it was so political that he didn't speak English. It's got my pennies in a bunch. Blah, 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 blah. And then it spiraled from there, and then that's the whole thing of like, oh, fucking woke pope, like you were saying, and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what he does. I hope he what kind of pope mobile do you think he's gonna have? He's from Chicago.
He's from Chicago.
So what do you think he's gonna
Dude,
have?
just give him a fucking Cadillac. That's like an Escalade. On some fucking on just the biggest obnoxious rims that you can fucking put on it.
It's just slinging like some fucking sandwiches out the back or something. He
What's-
needs the guys from the Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs to start a show with them. He needs to be on the show making sandwiches, getting yelled at.
Is that Pope? No, that's fucking cousin.
That's cousin right there, man. He thinks he's all big and bad because he's the fucking Pope and la-da-da, he got a fucking crown now. Get in the fucking kitchen and make those fucking sandwiches. But hide! Oh, God. And I like his brother, his regular ass fucking brother that was on the news too. Their ass was like, so what do you think? He's like, yeah, my brother's the Pope, you know?
Yeah.
And then he calls him while he's doing an interview, and he's like, you didn't pick up? It's like, because I'm the Pope.
Yeah.
I'm doing an interview, dude. Like, I can't just answer your phone whenever now.
Dude, this one TikTok went viral where this girl was laughing at her mom because she hooked up with him.
I saw that,
they were, like
dude.
in college. It was
Isn't
like,
that crazy?
Dude, the Pope got pussy. That's awesome.
But that's got to be bragging rights if she's in the Catholic Church, like the Pope blessed this vagina.
Yeah. That also brought like another talking point that I thought was really funny, because it talks about like, like it's always the conservative folks that bring up the whole like women have to be this, and that, and they often hate whenever women have the choice to sleep with other people and like, not disclose that information to anybody, be like any other human being, which makes me think of like, oh, wait a minute. So many conservative men don't get pussy.
No.
So they have to make up these they make up these things that matter to them because they're so desperate to get pussy.
What's that one guy that always debates college kids with the tiny teeth?
What's it called? Charlie Kirk, I think.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. He doesn't get pussy.
He doesn't get pussy at
No.
all.
I think he's smooth like a Ken doll.
He got fucked up at Cambridge, dude. They were fucking.
Oh yeah, I saw that
his
shit.
ass
Dude, they
up.
lit his ass up.
Yeah.
He needs bigger teeth.
He definitely does. I'm surprised he doesn't have those big fucking like dumbass white veneers that all you see all these fucking weirdos.
He needs to go to Turkey and get those fake teeth in.
Yeah.
And that way they ruin his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking.
Would you ever get veneers?
No.
No.
I think I'll just get a bunch of gold crowns.
Oh, just gold teeth.
Just gold teeth all day.
You
I
can't
don't
chew anything hard.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm at that age where I don't really think about doing it for the sake of like being cool. I just think it would be something to have that would generally protect my teeth.
Like, if I ever lose this tooth, the one that I had the filling put into, I want the silver Mexican tooth, not the gold. I want that fucking silver tooth.
Oh yeah,
Hells yeah.
I mean, I remember my dad had those with all his front teeth, but I want it completely gold plated on one tooth, and then have like the little frames like over the ones that need to get fixed. But can you get those in America, or do you have to go to fucking Mexico to get that shit?
I think you can get them here. They just cost a lot.
Yeah,
just go to Mexico and get it done.
That's what I was thinking. It's just like get my teeth all fucking fixed up, because I mean they can't like. Is it unprofessional to have those in the fucking, like, in the office world?
No. Why would it be?
I don't know, because people are fucking weird, dude. They have, like, always these arbitrary fucking, like, rules of, like, you shouldn't have long hair or this and that. I'm still tiptoeing around with fucking tattoos. And yet there's fucking other people there that have fucking tattoos open up wide. I mean,
I think it's because you have the lady on your arm.
Well, yeah, that's definitely why I have to hide this.
You should draw a little, like, every week you should draw a different outfit on her.
Well, my wife had the idea that I should just get like spandex tattooed on her and make the arm where she's wearing gloves and she's holding a giant weight. And then the platform can be like one of those circus platforms, so kind of like reinvent the tattoo itself.
No, that'd be nice.
But at the same time, I was like, I don't know, like this is uniquely me, and I don't want to get rid of it. Like,
I mean, it's not showing anything either.
Yeah, it's like since I've had this tattoo, I've only ever gotten people be like, "That's a ballsy tattoo to get." I'm like, yeah. Because I don't give a fuck. I don't want people to. I don't care what people think of me.
There's people that have stupid tattoos.
Yeah.
Just look at the guy who's head of defense.
I always think of that video. Have you seen that video of the two white dudes that have the same monster tattoo sitting back to back? And he's like, "I hate to be the guy that fucks with us."
Yeah, and then they have like a really awkward like hand holding high five or some shit.
Oh, the other guy's like, "You think?" And then they does the little like hand.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cringy.
It was so like homoerotic.
It was.
Because they're not wearing shirts and they're just like they're doing that coy little like I'm kind of touching the skin to your back too.
Yeah.
It's, like I hope you aren't related.
I thought it was really funny. People were sharing this video where it showed two heterosexual girls and men be asked the same question for each other, and the girls were like, asked if y'all were lesbians, would y'all date each other? And they were like, no, I think that'd be too weird because we're friends and this and that, blah blah blah. And then they switch over to the guys. It's like, bro, you're a fucking dime. Fuck yeah, I'd be with you. What are you talking about?
Nothing like a bro talking you up, dude.
Yeah,
yeah. They're always there to be like, no, dude, I'd let you gargle.
But women
like,
are women. The women immediately put themselves down. Like, no, you're not really my type.
Yeah. You just look like a fucking shrew. And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
It's like, fucking show some love to your boys,
yeah,
or your girls, or whatever you want to, call them.
No, it was a long time ago. Me and my buddy, we had this whole idea that because he's military, and he was like, dude, if I get divorced and if you get married and you get divorced, let's just get married for the benefits. And I was like, I'm fucking down.
Fucking Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that.
What are they gonna do? Come into the bedroom and see if we're fucking?
God forbid they call you gay.
Yeah. Oh no. We did that in high school.
No, actually, that's a pretty bad accusation. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know. No, but what is it in high school? We did what was it, like a semester? We held hands. Yeah, we would just walk down the hallway holding hands and call each other babe and stuff. And then the next semester we just acted normal. Not that gay isn't normal, but you know. And then people were like, I thought y'all was like, no, what are you talking about? We wouldn't do that. What are you talking about?
That makes me think of this one time where it's funny how like people try to embarrass you, and it's really quick for you to. It's really quick for people that aren't insecure to be like, no, it's not gonna work on me, buddy.
Yeah.
Because one time we were in our homeroom class. Like, you know, you used to have to go to homeroom at the beginning of like high school, whatever. You'd go to that one room that you
were just there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and and for some reason, sometimes you'd even be in a classroom of a class you would probably never take.
Yeah.
So that was also another thing, because I was like, I'm never gonna be in fucking advanced bio. Fuck you.
You think I'm smart?
But anyways, every morning we'd always like, you know, be there for those 30 minutes. We just goof around, right?
Yeah.
And I remember this lady, this particular teacher had like an old chalkboard that people used to always doodle on, right? Mm-hmm. And one time I was in that same homeroom with one of my friends. His name was Ryan. And one day I got there early before he got there, and I just wrote Ryan kisses boys on there, right? Just something like sweet, like innocent, but it's not, you know, when he came in, he was like, huh, you know?
Yeah.
And then the teacher was like, who wrote that? And I was like, I did. Like, I immediately owned up to
it.
it.
Was me.
And then she tried to play the whole, like, what's even weird that you even wrote that. How would you even know that? And I was like, oh, because me and him make out in the bathroom. And then she immediately just like she's just like, she got
flustered.
She got flustered and just turned around. And then I was just like, isn't that right, Ryan? And then Ryan was just like, open mouth, all tongue.
We didn't even touch lips. Just, it looks like the little mud skipper fishes when they fight. They fight with open mouths and they hit tongues. So yeah.
And I remember, I remember just like the lunacy that you'd hear some fucking people like say in those like homeroom classes. You know, I remember one time. They were discussing whether or not, like, what would be the best way to fuck a honey bun? Would it be better just to have it cold or warm it up in the microwave? I'm like, well, you gotta warm it up, but you can't have it too hot.
Yeah, it's gonna burn.
You'll burn your foreskin.
Yeah, it's sensitive.
Yeah, but like if you get it at that right warm but not too hot temperature, that shit will slide right and nice. I was like, and then we're all like, well, what would be the best way to like actually do it? And it's like, I'm thinking like have it slightly folded, coming out a Pringles can, so that way you can kind of like slide right in between it.
Oh, so kind of like taco.
Yeah, kind of like how you would do like a prison like pocket pussy, but with the honey buns instead of the sponges. You know?
Okay.
And then that way you can have that smooth slideness. Because if you just had it in the tube, you would just end up pounding it at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you're just stuffing a honey bun.
It sounds like you tried this,
huh? Anyways,
there's a lot of detail.
12 seconds in the microwaves. But that also made me think of that old fucking. Do you remember that old story about Motley Crue, where they were like, in order to hide the scent of other women from their girlfriends, they would all stuff their dicks in burritos?
Why a burrito?
Because apparently the scent of beans will fucking get rid of the smell.
You know what else would do that? Taking a fucking shower. Like, yeah, I'm going to put my dick in this burrito, and then she's going to be like, carne asada.
I mean, didn't fucking Motley Crue have what was the bass
player? They did a lot of crazy shit.
They were the one, they had that one guy that OD'd on heroin like over like 50 times.
Yeah.
He was just like, I just keep overdosing. I don't know what's going on.
You're doing fucking heroin, that's why.
That's insane to think about. Like, you almost died 50 separate occasions.
Is Ozzy Osbourne still alive? He's still alive, right?
He is, but he just like, I think he recently did his last show.
Yeah, because he should have died a long time ago.
Yeah, well,
all the drugs and everything.
Yeah, what is it? He got to a point where like now he's losing the function of his legs.
Yeah.
So he had to start performing like while sitting. Because before what they would do is they would actually prop him out there and just let him stand. But now he can't even stand. He had to be seated. And then he ended up doing his last show in his hometown.
Yeah.
So that was kind of sad to hear that he finally got to that point. But
I mean, he's old. He's beat up. Like, it's time to hang it up, dude.
I mean, think about all the other legends from his era. A lot of them are already gone. Like,
Yeah.
like Lemmy's dead. What's it called? David Bowie's dead. Who else was from that era? Most of the guy. Well, no, the guy from what's it called? Jimmy Page is still alive, right?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, some of them might still be alive, but they're done.
Yeah.
Like, they did it. They're happy with it. They're done. I'm like, he wants to keep doing it. He loves the show. He loves doing it. But at some point, like I was like, dude, you had to have gotten to that point before this point to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm old. I'm tired.
What's the name of that fucking old ass singer that they keep putting up on stage that's like half dead?
The one that Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
That guy. Bro, dude, have you seen him in videos?
Who fucking sings that again? I need to.
Something Violin.
Uptown Girl. No.
Not Billy Joel. Not Uptown Girl. What's it called?
Fuck. What is his name?
Put in old.
Too old to
Sing.
to perform. Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli. Dude, the way he looks when he sings a song is like he's not singing. It's a recording. His face doesn't move. He's like, ah. Poor guy, dude.
Oh, God. Here, I'll put this over on the fucking...
Like, poor fucking dude. Like, how much money? Does he owe someone money?
He probably does, dude, because I don't understand why anyone would, like, fucking put him through this, like, torture. Because this is elder abuse.
Yeah.
Like, okay, where's the volume?
Oh, unmute. He doesn't blink.
Is he doing ventriloquism?
Yeah, I don't think he's singing, dude.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's so fucking far gone. Look, it's just nonstop videos.
He looks like one of the animatronics from Disney World.
Oh my God.
The World of Tomorrow ones.
This is just fucking sad, dude.
Yeah,
I can't even.
Poor fucking dude.
I know. Like, why do they have to do this to this poor man?
Yeah. All right. Let's end the episode on that sad note.
Yeah, it's getting a little hot. Well, we made our time.
Yeah.
Anyways,
rest in peace, Frankie Valli.
He's still alive. He's still alive.
He died like 20 years ago, dude.
He probably did.
Yeah, they have him propped up with wires.
Well, thank you for listening to another episode of the Night Funk. This was a month in the making.
Yeah.
Because we've had a lot of life changes and shit. But, you know, more podcasts coming to you.
Tune in next week when I have a heart attack.
Yeah, we're going to be working on some special content within the following months. So we'll probably have another guest on very soon. I got a couple of people I'm thinking about inviting onto the show. That could be a lot of fun too. And then, you know, we still have the prospect of the rest of your familia.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even a second episode with your dad again. One that we can actually get a real recording.
Yeah, that is true.
That's why I set that whole fucking thing up, because I don't want to lose footage again. So, you know, just to make sure that we can fucking get some of that. Yes. Yep. I don't know what we're going to talk with him, though.
I don't know. Brother, when are you coming up so we can do a recording with you?
We need to ask your dad serious, hard-nosed questions. I want to get his genuine opinion. Don't know. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyways, thank you for watching or listening to another episode of the Night Funk. Make sure to find us on Instagram at the Night Funk Podcast. You can also subscribe to us.
Again.
Subscribe to us at our YouTube channel, the Night Funk Podcast, and you can also find us live on Twitch every Friday or every Friday we decide to fucking do the show. At Night Funk Plays.
I didn't have a choice.
And you can also find Joe separate Twitch channel at Oso in the Woods 1. Yeah.
Fucker.
So, you know, look out for that.
Yeah.
And as always, thank you for fucking tuning in to the show. And
you can also find me at the nearest hospital.
Yeah.
So
this is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Make sure to use promo code DEADDAD.
Jesus Christ. No, use the promo code hemorrhoid
Hemorrhoid. Bleeding
to
out.
unlock the bleeding hemorrhoid weapon. Your character slowly dies.
Oh, God. All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Hey, yo, dude, what if you went to the doctor and they're like, the only way to treat your hemorrhoids is with gay sex, and he just starts undressing himself?
I'm gonna be out cold, so I'm not gonna know.
Hit me with the medicine.
It's Diddy.
Huh? We need to lube you up.
Oh God. Here, take this Obama ecstasy.